Hello everybody, welcome back. I'm doing yet again another prediction video just to talk you through what's going to happen in week 4, or at very least what I think is going to happen. I want to just quickly recap what I got right and wrong from week 3. It was mostly good. I got two kind of big mistakes. First one, Global Esports versus DRX. I think that was an experience diff. DRX just looked so much more composed, and even with kind of the flow of the game going against them, they made it work. Full credit there. The other one, RRQ T1, I went with the underdog there and it kind of bit me. They didn't look to be playing scratch at all, and T1 looked borderline unstoppable, so easy mistake to make. Week 4, my predictions. First game, 4 cents versus RRQ. RRQ, you know, the 2 wins that they got were against those weak teams. As soon as they came up against a very, very strong team in T1, they really struggled. They didn't look like their old selves at all. 4 cents looked to be that strong team. They're going from strength to strength. We talk about Primi, we talk about Kahlua. I mean, even Leviathan had really big maps for them. So it's really hard to bet against 4 cents in this one. I have 4 cents probably sweeping this group, going top of it. And I think they have full potential to take it all the way to London. Certainly not going to be betting against 4 cents there. Next one, Paper X GE. This is tough. Everyone knows I love GE. Of course I do. Obviously, there's a little bit of a bias there. But Paper X is a very, very tough opponent, and I worry again about the experience of these players. When you face those big names on the other side, it's never managed to work. Paper X beat them 2 different times in kickoff. I think you have to go with the momentum that Paper X have against this roster. There just seems to be some Exy Witch's curse that something will not lose to Frost. So I think I'm going to go with Paper X. I would like to see Global play this one close. We know that they can do it. They lost in overtime in kickoff. I think the question is more, are Paper X continuing to grow, and how are GE going to rebound back after that tough week for this Global team? I think there is a lot that's going well. I just think I don't know if they're able to do it against very, very experienced opposition, because that seems to be the hurdle for them at the moment. Like, look at their game against DRX. The DRX team have all been at internationals. You know, they went to, look at how they did in Paris, right? 3rd in Paris is no small feat. So I think this is going to be an experienced diff. I'm giving it to Paper X. I would be happy to be wrong, but I think it's just too tough to bet against them. Next, Gen.G versus QMDRX. I'm so eternally angry at Gen.G. That game against Nongshim last week was borderline criminal. I couldn't believe what I was watching. This was the Gen.G that showed up in week 1, where we all slandered them and we said, what is going on here? DRX going from strength to strength, just beat G in rather handy fashion. It's impossible to bet against them. I kind of feel like Gen.G will lose out the rest of this group. I don't see them making playoffs because the form that they had in week 3 was diabolical. I was really quite sad watching that game. So I think that's open and shut for me for QMDRX. It's so tough because all the players on Gen.G should be so good. It's the core that won in 2024, but there's no magic there. There's no spark there, and that makes me very sad. So I'm going to hit Kiwoom DRX there and just, I hope Gen.G fight back. You know, they were able to beat Paper X. It's not like they're bad players. It's just something is not clicking for them in this meta, and they're really not figuring things out in a positive way. I don't know what's going on. Karen is on the duelist. He's not touching smokes. I don't know whose idea this is, but it feels like they're just throwing rolls into a hat a little bit, and I don't like it. I don't like it at all. So I'm taking Kiwoom DRX there. Next up, DFM versus Varrel. DFM got that win against Zeta Division. That's got to be good. I mean, I think they're moving in the right direction. Arkame was actually playing great on that Neon. Really didn't expect that from him, but it was a great wrinkle. On the other side, Varrel, they got beat by 4 cents. It wasn't that close particularly. I felt like 4 cents were always kind of in control of the game there. So I'm going to give this, of course, to DFM. I think DFM can kind of rise to that challenge a little bit more than Varrel can. And I think this is probably good enough for DFM to make it out of that group. It's kind of, you know, it's that nice, easy group. I think they're incredibly lucky to be drawn into it. Otherwise, they could be in a lot more trouble. But I think they can beat Varrel. I mean, this Varrel team, they're just not living up to expectations, man. And it's deeply sad. We've seen this a few times with Ascension teams where they ride that lightning. It works so beautifully for them, and then it just all falls back the wrong way once they get into tier 1. And they're not able to hang as individuals outside of that kind of meta that they lived and died in. So I want to see a bounce back from Varrel, but I think DFM also have that extra experience. They beat Zeta with Made not even fully at capacity, so if he steps up a little bit more, I don't think this is particularly close. Then talking about not particularly close, we have the next game of T1 versus Zeta Division. Let me just pull up T1's record here, because this is absolutely crazy. They lost in Master Santiago. Santiago was sad for them. I mean, I think they really didn't show their form. Since they've got back, yet to drop a map. Yes, they played Varrel and DFM, in theory easier games, but then they absolutely demolished RRQ in this game. What was the scoreline? 13-8, 13-10, and I just felt like they were in control the whole time. RRQ won the pistols, and T1 just kept ecoing them, man. I mean, yes, part of that is RRQ's mistake, but it's also T1's tenacity. They refuse to quit. They refuse to be outgunned. So the fact that they've not dropped a map yet is incredibly impressive. So I think for sure I'm going to be selecting T1 on this one. It's really a no-brainer. Zeta Division are just not looking comfortable at all. Yeah, they got that one map off DFM, but then in the other two, they looked kind of woeful. It's looking like the chances of playoffs are probably falling away by the wayside, which is sad. We all want Japanese Valorant to be good, but I don't think this is the year for it, unfortunately. Maybe 2027, they can have a little bit more luck. And then the final game of the week, Nongshim versus Team Secret. Now, this is actually kind of crazy for me. I mean, we have to talk about Nongshim, of course, because they changed so many things with the roles here. We had Dambi on Phoenix, Francis on Neon. Look at this, Dambi, bottom of the scoreboard, not where he belongs. On Phoenix, an agent where he doesn't belong at all. Francis on the Neon, he did his job, he was fine. But I'm just blown away that this is the idea that we come up with. It really makes no sense to me, because if this team is running a Neon, it has to be Dambi that's playing it. I can't imagine a world where Francis's Phoenix is that terrible that this is the swap that we have to make. No surprise to see the three people with some consistency sitting further up that scoreboard there. Yes, they beat Gen.G and it wasn't even close, but I think that screams more about how in trouble Gen.G are than how strong Nongshim are. I didn't feel like they were strong looking at it. I feel like a lot of teams in Pacific will be able to pick this apart. I want to see them move away from this ASAP. On the side of Team Secret, though, also struggling. I mean, there's no two ways about it. Team Secret are, you know, yet to win in Pacific. Just taking a look at these results, not won a game yet here in Pacific. 2-0 to Global, 2-0 to KRX, 2-0 to PRX. But they have these close maps. They have these kind of like flashes of inspiration where you start to feel like, oh, yes, they can finally do it. Look at that. 18-16 is the scoreline that it needs to get it done. And also for Team Secret, we have to talk a little bit more about the fact that they're going to have a new player. They have Zeus coming in for them this week. And everything I'm hearing about this kid is that he's going to be a beast. He's farmed the Filipino scene. He's incredibly strong on that duelist role. And Lord knows this team needs an upgrade from Rimuru. I like Rimuru. I think he's trying his best. I love that he's not afraid to go in. He doesn't care if he dies, but ultimately he's not doing well enough. If Zeus is the truth, if he's everything that we're hearing about, I'm going to give it to Team Secret this week. I think they have enough to beat that Nongshim team, and I would like to see this Nongshim team lose for just how crazy they're getting with the roles here. Team Secret are so well poised for an upset. I really hope I'm right about this one. Let me know what you think down below. Let me know if you think I got these predictions right or wrong. Last week, not terrible. Hopefully I do a little bit better this week.